Hi everyone, I am Patty Mendoza, and today I am reviewing a method for direct instruction when it comes to teaching our newcomers vocabulary words. So I will be modeling using thinking map, which yes, I'm just using on a chart, but you can use it on Jamboard. You could create on a slide. You could put it on the Promethean board. You can put it on your classroom whiteboard. I'm using a chart to model this right now. Now, when we talk about our students knowing a vocabulary word, there are really four factors that we really know so that we make sure that our students know. Does a student really know the vocabulary word? Well, we'll know if they can pronounce it. Can they pronounce it, the word correctly? So think about how you are teaching the pronunciation of a word. I want you to think about again, that the student they'll know the vocabulary when they can define it correctly. They know the vocabulary word when they can use the word in appropriate contexts. And they know vocabulary word when they know multiple meanings of the word. So these are four factors that will help us guide to know what we as teachers need to do to make sure that our students know the vocabulary word. So the words that you would be choosing would be words that you and your team have created a list that would work well within your department. So there's specialized words to your, the content that you teach. It could be a list of words that you created with different departments that you want to make sure that the students are practicing and recognizing and using in all your classrooms. So today I want to show the word mad. Now, mad. And I will be modeling this as if though you are my students. So students, today we're going to be looking at a word mad. This mad, everyone, mad, mad, mad. Yes, yes. Say it with me again, mad. This is the word, mad. Now, we've seen in many of the stories we've been reading, pictures, and just everyday life ideas that show that someone is mad. Remember when Marco was so mad when Thomas was teasing his sister? He got really mad. He's so mad. And then we were looking at stories. In Henry's Freedom Box, when his family was taken away and sold, and he was never going to see them again. He saw them take them away, and it was described, that, he sat alone, quiet, and his heart beating fast. He's just heartbroken, mad. We've looked at pictures that have caught your attention, thought-provoking pictures, and noticed when people were mad that someone new was coming into their school. So I wanted to look at the word mad today, and I wanted us to really know the words. Sometimes the word doesn't appear in the stories or the text that we read, but they're alluding to, they're showing us in other ways. Sometimes when we're watching a movie, they're not saying, hey, I'm mad. No, they're saying with their body shows that they are mad, and that's how we can tell. Sometimes they have clenched fists. So mad, they're ready to fight, and they're just ready, just so upset, clenching their fists. They're clenching their fists. Sometimes we can see that they clenched their jaws. You could see it in their face. Sometimes we see when people are mad, they're shaking. They're shaking.
sometimes when we see that people are mad, we see that they have a scowling face. You could just see their eyebrows and their facial expression. See, these things, they're showing us with our body, our face, our hands, everything. This is when we see it. No one has to tell us, we can see it. This is mad. Sometimes I could hear it. I can hear people are mad. I can hear them. Sometimes they say, oh my gosh, I've had it up to here. I'm done with you. I've had it up to here with you. I've had it up to here with you. That exclamation point because they're yelling. Also, we see it in attitude. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, you've seen that? Whatever. Sometimes they're shouting and sometimes like, whatever. So sometimes there's no exclamation point, but you could hear it. Whatever. Kind of has body language too. So we can see when someone's mad. We can hear when someone's mad. Sometimes there's other ways to say they're mad. In these stories we've read, they didn't say the word mad. Sometimes they come across as other ways to say someone is mad. We say a synonym. Another way to say mad is upset. They're upset with you. I'm so upset with you right now. Angry. Gosh, I'm so angry with you right now. Sometimes you're enraged. God, I'm just so enraged. Or furious. These, upset, angry, enraged, and furious is another way to say mad. It's a synonym. It's another meaning of mad. Sometimes when we're looking at texts, when we're reading stories, we see that the author wrote about someone or something that made someone mad. Sometimes they use the word mad not to show this crazy. They might say, another would say, oh my gosh, they are madly in love with each other. They are madly in love. That could be like they can't see anything. Like when you're mad, you can't see, right? You're so angry. Sometimes when you're so in love, you don't see everything because you're blinded. That's the same thing. Madly in love. You kind of go crazy. So that's the word of mad. But I want you to think about mad. Like, there's different words to mad. Mad could mean like a small thing. I'm going to show you how these words could actually mean more than being just mad or less than being mad. So let me show you what I mean. So, I can't stand it when my kids forget to put the milk twisty knob thing. Think of the word. They don't close the milk. They take off the milk and they put it down and they put it in the refrigerator. When I open it, I'm like, you guys. I get so annoyed. When my kids don't, help me feed the dog. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, come on. Sometimes I get annoyed with, ow, I step on something like, I'm annoyed. I get mad when someone wants to pick on my son. I get mad if at times when someone doesn't obey the traffic and they almost hit me, I get mad. Just like this character got mad when someone was teasing her, his sister. He got mad. I have been furious before in my life. Sometimes even at myself. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so furious that, the caterer didn't come to the party and my guests are waiting and waiting and waiting for food. And I paid. I'm furious. How could that happen? I'm furious. Be furious when someone is, you come into your room and it's destroyed. Maybe someone vandalized it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I paid so much money. How could someone do this to me? I'm furious. Then there's enraged. Enraged is the highest. Enraged is when someone does something terrible to you or to your family. Something where there's just no way. I'm enraged. Andrew was enraged that someone sold his family. They took him away from him. He was never going to see his family again. They cried, and he cried when he saw them being taken away. He was enraged. That's more than just being mad. And this, my friends, is our word study. Okay, everyone. So at this point, you have modeled, you have time for conversations. You definitely, our newcomers must have time to take notes. So even if it's at this point, talking and then writing, we also need images. So I quickly just used, pictures that they were familiar with, my body language, but I also want to make sure that, I give the kids an opportunity to think about these examples. We could come up as a team and come up with more examples at their table. They could add one more. That way we know that they're getting used to it, to look for it. Maybe we're about to read something and I want them to look for the degree of the character's annoyance. At what level was the character showing that they were upset? So maybe I will have them look for that in the next reading we're about to do. I could have them look for figurative language and stop and see. Do you see this is another example of when we lose it, when we're mad? So this is a word study. It can be extended. It must be documented. Kids must be able to talk about it, must be able to show physical TPR, total physical response, and images. And again, students must be able to process. They need to practice. This is one element of this. You definitely want to visit it often. You might have another place where you're having them put the parts of speech, which I will model in the sentence patterning chart. So again, this is an example of direct instruction so that our students can really get into that depth of that word that we want them to know. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Thank you.